Are they actually cutting?
The Africa section of Zoo Knoxville is probably my favorite, if not my favorite, my second favorite place in all of Zoo Knoxville. It was the first place that they actually took and made it more immersive, like you were actually going to Africa to experience these animals in their natural habitat, but you're still, you know, in the comfort of living in the Knoxville area. And like for me, at first when we had younger kids, it made it a place where I could take them to experience these animals that at the time we weren't able to go and experience in their natural habitat in Africa. So several years ago, I had a Chromebook that just completely died and I wasn't able to get back into it. I've actually had two that I've had that happen with kids, and just, you know, laptops are not very durable. So I have some pictures that are set aside somewhere. Matt was able to rip pictures from both of those. He has the files somewhere. I couldn't find them to do in time to do this video, but there is a picture somewhere of several years ago. Madeline was a baby, and I'm wanting to, or not a baby, a toddler, and I'm wanting to say Sarah was the baby at the time, that Zoo Knoxville did a short stint of you could win an opportunity to go and bathe one of the elephants, and we actually won one of those opportunities. And it was years before we even considered vlogging and that YouTube was even like a super popular thing, so we didn't have like video. We do have somewhere two pictures of it, and if I ever find it, I'll try to put it in another picture. That elephant last year was sent to an elephant reserve to retire because she was really too old to really be at like a zoo anymore. Well, not long after being there, she's an older elephant, she lost her footing, she got hurt, they ended up having to put her down. So they're also in the process of moving the male elephant that's still there out of there. Now, a fun fact is the current male elephant in Zoo Knoxville is the largest land animal in the United States. So even though it's really sad to see this elephant fixing to get moved off to an elephant sanctuary, which the sanctuary is still in Tennessee, it's still kind of like really sad because like we're happy that he's going to get to go and retire, but it's also sad because like I have grown up every year, like we've always lived within like our anchor point. I traveled so much as a kid, but our anchor point was always Knoxville, and like Knoxville Zoo was always, or now it's Zoo Knoxville, was always like that place where you could go and experience these animals. I actually rode one of the elephants years ago when they did elephant rides there several years ago. I was like 6 or 7, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever, and my grandparents actually splurged to pay for me to be able to do that, and it was such an amazing experience. So it's kind of bittersweet for us to see the elephants leaving Zoo Knoxville, but we did find out from a keeper that they are going to repurpose the exhibit to bring in white rhinos to Zoo Knoxville because they're an endangered species, or critically endangered. I can't remember which one I said, but it's one of those two levels, either critically endangered or endangered species. And so now Zoo Knoxville is going to be a breeding place for those rhinos to try to get their numbers back up, and hopefully maybe one day see more of them back in their natural habitat with greater numbers. So bittersweet moment, but we were able to experience a couple of fun moments with Tonka on probably our last time seeing Tonka at Zoo Knoxville. One fun moment that I did find the video clip from, and I will try to link the whole video that is still on YouTube right now, is one day we were doing a science thing, and this is one of those times where we took like what the kids were learning with science and then did a trip to go with it and did the science hands-on there instead of going back and doing questions and answers and quizzes and all that at home, because that's never really been our teaching style. We prefer hands-on. So while we were doing a mammals hands-on day of like learning, we went to try to feed the giraffes at the giraffe overlook, but instead they weren't really cooperating. But we had this amazing moment with the keeper, and I'll put a small clip in here with some of the clips that we had of the giraffe today. And it was a really cool moment to be able to have that, and also have that to look back on as well, because sometimes you forget about those little moments that happen on adventures. It's tiny. I know, it's so cute. Isn't it adorable? Yeah, the one that's walking towards you.
Lucy has not had a calf yet, so because of that, she hasn't filled out. Once she does, this ridge will disappear. Now that little one, the white-faced one, is Frances. Frances is 2 years old, and she's 10 feet tall, roughly 1,000 pounds.
Wow.
She actually came from the Minnesota Zoo, the St. Paul Zoo.
So one thing about our family was, after we came back from Disney, we started making a bucket list, a list of places that we wanted to do, or little experiences that we want to do. One of the things on Madeline's list is to be able to like go to one of these places where it's safe to hold like fennec foxes and just to go see them. So we were surprised that Zoo Knoxville no longer has meerkats in one of their exhibits. They have fennec foxes.
Are they actually cuddly? Are they actually cuddly? I feel like I've actually held a fox. I'm surprised you haven't.
I want a picture.
Where is it? Right there. In the corner. Oh, why don't you see? Really
Like I said, one of the first things that they ever did at Zoo Knoxville to like really make it immersive, instead of like animals in cages here, ooh, ah, look at them, was the lion exhibit. And where you're gonna see that the baboons are now is where the lions used to be until they could build their huge exhibit that they're in now. Now the cubs have been separated. They're actually in an indoor area that you'll see in a clip in here. And then the parents are in the big open pen, like huge open pen area. But yeah, it was kind of like cool, because I love going in back to that place, because I love how it was like, to me, it was the groundbreaking place of a first immersive place at Zoo Knoxville, where you felt like you were going to where this animal actually is from. And I love it because this year the Zoo Knoxville's advertisement actually is 1 year passport. And honestly, a lot of the exhibits now at Zoo Knoxville feel that way, whether it be Asia Track that you've already seen our video clip of, the next video you're gonna see of like the monkeys, like the gorillas, the chimpanzees. You feel like you're walking into the area where these animals are from and going and visit them. So that's why one of the lions is actually one of my favorite places to go visit at Zoo Knoxville.